guys. Excuse me, a little thing going on. Anyways, I just wanted to pop on here and say hi. And I wanted to thank everybody that has subscribed. And when I make videos, I learned, because it's a learning curve for me, I learned to put it on Gmail and Facebook. Oh, sorry. Facebook. And for those that make, and I get in a lot of comments, a lot of Facebook, private messaging and stuff like that, which is fine. I know I've asked a few of my friends, well, why are you doing it on YouTube? You know, you're supposed to put it down below. You know, like they say, put it down below, put it down below. Leave your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button and blah, blah, blah. It's okay. It's okay. And they're like, well, I just don't want to do that because then it's going to hit my phone every time someone puts something more on there, and I just don't want to be bothered. And I'm just like, no big deal to me. I just was wondering. And those that are on my Facebook, the majority of the people that are on my Facebook, it's either your friends or family. And sometimes that line gets kind of blurred, but that's okay. That's fine. At this time, at this stage in my life, I have come to the hard realization that it doesn't have to be sperm or blood to make you family. It just doesn't. It's what's in your heart, and it's what you share with each other that is very bonding. And if we want to call that family, then okay. Family, the name family for many, many years had an odd connotation to me, just like father. You know, people are like, oh, Father, 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 Holy Father, Holy Father. It's like, that just kind of like, you know, I ain't going to go into why, but we all can pretty much figure that out. And a lot of it, and I know I'm not alone, that there hasn't always, I'm petting Anna. Say hello, say hello. This is my Doberman. We all know why certain names, certain words, certain even places or objects can have an odd connotation attached to it. But anyways, that was kind of a whole different rant than what I wanted to talk about, but you know, how it is. I was somewhere yesterday. Actually, I was at, no big secret, I was at the post office. And there was these two girls there, and they were there on their lunch hour, and they were, one was behind me, one was in front of me, and I live in a really small town, and I like it like that. And they were lovely girls, lovely, sweet girls. I mean, their appearance was sweet. What was flying out of their mouth was sad. It was just sad. And it got me thinking, I've always enjoyed working with young girls. I've always enjoyed being around young people and young girls. Hi to all my, you know who you are, my Facebook and my YouTube subscribers. Yep, it's the crazy Mrs. Workman, the ex-art teacher. Anyways, hi you guys. And thank you for all your private messages and all your little tips and little tricks that you keep telling me what to do, and you know, but like I used to say, I'll tell you what to do, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know who you are, you get that. Anyways, the things that were flying out of their mouth just made me so sad. It made me really sad. And it kind of infuriated me too. I don't know if I'm so old school because I'm pretty boisterous. You know, if I see something or I want to make a comment, I don't sit and think, oh, is it politically correct? Should I say things like that? I just think that's just an innate good show of character. Okay, getting to the story. These girls were talking about New Year's resolutions, which everybody does. It's the big buzz now. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to do this, blah, blah, blah. But the way they were doing it, they were so double downing themselves. They were so, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm fat, I'm this, and it's like if they only understood how immature that made them sound. And they were in their 20s, and they were working women because they were there in their lunch hour, rushing. But just the conversation that they were having just saddened my heart so bad. I don't know if I just was allowed to be an air fairy child when I was growing up, and I thank my parents for that to a certain extent, because it gave me, it protected me. It protected me from a lot of crap. But yet on the same token, I think it when I do face things or see things or experience things out in reality or out in the public as I've grown up, I'm a little taken back by things. But anyways, they were double downing themselves. You know, oh, you're not fat. I love your hair today. Oh, Lisa, oh, I just can't get my hair to do anything. You know, it's just like, and to me, I just wanted to say to them, do you know how immature you sound? Do you know how silly you sound? Do you know how untrustworthy you sound when you dog yourself? I don't understand that. There are so many things out there in the world that are waiting to lunch on you. Just eat you up. Why do you do that to yourself? I'm not saying that we're all above not feeling good about ourselves at times. You know, for a hormone fluctuation around our periods, we get down on ourselves. As mothers, when our kids bring home a bad grade or someone calls and says, you know what your junior did? And you're just like, oh, you know, bad mommy, bad mommy, bad mommy. You know, I'm not saying that we're not critical of ourselves, but to have you audibly say it out in public in such a conversation, it just saddened me. So anyways, I had heard all I was going to hear. And I guess the older I get, the more I'm just taking that hierarchy kind of thing. And so I looked at the girl in front of me, because they're talking, you know, which I didn't mind, doesn't matter to me. I wasn't offended by that part of it. One's behind me, one's in front of me. And they're kind of talking around me, which was fine because it's a small area. Like I said, no big deal. And finally, I kind of tipped into the sight of the girl that's talking behind me. And I said, where did you get that coat? That is beautiful. And of course, you know, I can feel the girl behind me and I can see the girl in front of me. And she's just like that. Who are you? What are you doing speaking to me? And I thought, oh, it's on, sweetheart. Because at my age, if you think you're going to snub me or you think you're going to be disrespectful to me, I'll run through traffic to get to the other side of the road and get ready for, hi, how you doing? And I can, you know, I've done it. Believe me, I've done it. It's like, you're not snubbing me. You're not in control of this. I'm in control of this. And I will embarrass you in front of your colleagues. I'll do whatever I got to do, but you are going to speak to me because you're not going to have that power over me. I would never be physical, but I'm just that kind of person. I don't know. I've always has been. I'm reserved and kind of quiet. They think they see a squirrel outside. But yet on the same token, I'm a bit of a confronter. Anyways, so this girl kind of rears back and gives me this attitude. And I said, no, really, I'm serious. That's a beautiful coat. And it was a lovely coat. And I had enough time standing there waiting for this, you know, listening to this, really studying these girls, trying to know where my approach was going to be. And then she kind of softened up, and I looked at the other girl, and I go, you know what I'm talking about, how beautiful that coat is. And she's like, I've always loved that coat on you. And she's like, oh, and you can just see this light come up on her. And we kind of got talking about the coat, and she was waited on, and then the FedEx guy comes in. And where I live, a lot of times they don't like to deliver out into the woods, so they'll drop it off at the post office, and the post office will send you a notice to go there and get it, which kind of irritates me because it's like when you pay for shipping, which a lot of times you shouldn't have to, but if you do, then you got to still go get it. I don't like that. But anyways, it's a whole other tyrant. And so she was waited on. She said goodbye. She looked at me. I said, bye, you have a really great day. And she still kind of had that miffed, like, okay, yeah, thank you, strange woman. And I turned and I said, and your hair is beautiful. Where do you get your hair done at? And by that time, she knew that I wasn't not gonna not have them speak to me. And she starts telling me where she gets her hair done and everything. So we struck up this really nice conversation. And I looked at her and I said, and I stepped off to the side and said, I got a lot to do, so I know you're on your lunch hour, so just go ahead and go. Are you sure? Oh, yeah, go ahead. So she goes off and does it, and I know the girl at the post office, and she's kind of snickering, looking at me like, And so right before she left, I said, I couldn't help but overhear you guys' conversation. I was right in the middle of it. I said, trust me. You're going to get to my age and you're going to look back at this time in your life and you're going to wish you had that gorgeous skin you have. You're going to so wish that you had all those hairs that you're complaining about back in your head when you hit menopause and your hair starts spinning. You're a really lovely girl and you need to be kind to yourself. And you know, rather than her to shriek away from me and walk away, she goes, you know, I know, my mom tells me that all the time, and thank you, that's a really nice thing for you to say. And I said, well, you know what? We're all sisters in spirit, and we all need to be kind to one another. And I said, you have a good day. And she's like, you too, you have a really good day. I guess the moral to the story I wanted to portray on here is, if you don't love yourself, if you don't find some way to put things in perspective and love yourself, you are going to, as much as you hate to admit it, you're going to exude unlovableness. And that's going to connect to you. It's going to draw to you. It took me a long time to learn this on my own, and I just wanted to share that little tidbit. I don't care if you're a size 4, I don't care if you're a size 40, if there is such a thing. You are you, and there's goodness in you. And if you don't allow yourself to accept that goodness and enjoy that goodness and believe in that goodness, you're never, ever, ever going to receive it back from other people. It is, you get what you get back what you give out. So all for my young subscribers and all the girls that have now said, hey, Mrs. Bergman, found you through so-and-so on Facebook, blah, 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 you know, and then are starting to see my videos. I haven't changed. I'm just a little more mature, so they say. But I just want you guys to know that I adore all of you, and I love hearing from you. And take this little nugget of advice and information, that you matter, and your child matters. Your inner child matters. Treat it with respect. Treat it with kindness. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a good friend. Speak to yourself like you're speaking to your child. You'd never look at your child and say, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you would never double down yourself. So don't do it to yourself. Well, enough preachy. I'll be back later. I did hear from the surgeon. It went really well. And next Tuesday, I get that gallbladder out of there. So I'm excited. I'm starting to get confused what I say on Facebook and what I say on here. So if I seem redundant, it's okay. Anyways, you're never too old to have a great childhood. And I hope you're kind to your own child. See you later.